Oh, you're probably blocked by the factory. Okay, that's my guess. You're not seeming to be blocked. Oh, the Landini got in the way. Let's fix that. Oops, I didn't even turn the engine off. The Landini's been sitting there burning gas, except it doesn't look like it has. Okay. Let's grab that and haul it over there. Drop that off and engine off. There we go. Get this thing rolling again. How are we doing? We're doing sufficient. So yeah, if you're gonna if you need a 150 horsepower tractor temporarily, this option could be the way to go. If you need more than 150 horsepower, you'll have to investigate your own source of equipment. I think we're doing okay here. Down here. Am I going to have to come back up over there? Hard to tell. Looks like I might have got everything. So yay, good. Just need to finish off the end of this field. We'll then go down to the bottom field, finish that one off. Hopefully, at that point, the Class Arian will have finished doing its thing on the field it's on. And then I will rent a plow and do the field that the worker's having issues with because it's already cultivated. I think you can plow a cultivated field, you can't cultivate a cultivated field, which is what we were trying to do with the subsoiler. Could try the spader, that's another option, and we've never used one of those before in any version of Farming Simulator, but it is a bit slow. Well, who cares? We could do that. Oh, this is a leased vehicle, so I was thinking, well, I could go and fertilise some fields, but this is leased equipment, so I could go fertilise some fields. Because I don't destroy ground when I'm driving on somebody else's fields to do work. Because inconsistencies with farm sim stuff. You only destroy your own crops, you don't destroy the contract crops. Yeah. Fine. Okay. So that's that one done. And go ahead down the bottom. And ploughing is also going to pull up a lot of big rocks, so we are going to need a rock picker. I can't use, because one of the options is once you've ploughed all your ground on the discount rolls, there's this thing, 160 horsepower, 12 meters, and it's a power roller, and all you do is when tiny rocks come up, you just roll them back in the ground. Tiny rocks come from these guys. So being able to run over a field with a roller, awesome, because you just 12 meters wide, you just roll those rocks in the ground. Okay, you're not going to make money from by selling them, or that you can do by selling them, but who cares? Big rocks. Yeah, you have no option but to pick them up, so you might as well sell them. Small rocks, roll them in the ground, because you can do it faster, and it becomes a matter of convenience. And big rocks, or rocks, you only get about 100, 200 per 1,000 litres. So this rock picker, once it's full, it's 250, 300 bucks to empty it at the stone crusher. Not the greatest of income sources. I mean, hey, over time it might pay for itself, but only if you're ploughing everything. If you never have to plough the ground, except because when I started the game, all my fields needed to be ploughed. Then, yeah, it's a bad deal. Which is why I'm leasing it. I'm still not going to cover the leasing costs of this tractor and this rock picker, but yeah, going to have to accept that.
It's crazy.
That's why I didn't, I wasn't going to get, I'm not intending any crops at the moment that create straw. So the fact that we had wheat on one of our fields is, well, we had wheat on one of our fields, that does produce straw, but if I leased a baler, I'm never going to sell that much straw. We'd probably end up with maybe 2,000, 3,000 income in straw, and we'd have to rent the trailer and the baler, or we'd have to rent a loading wagon. It's false economy. I made that mistake in the past and sort of got myself a baler, and then it's sort of, yay, I've got a baler. And went out and baled everything up. I actually had a flatbed trailer because I was moving pallets of stuff around, and sold the bales, and it's sort of, oh right, yeah, $300 per bale. Ooh. And the rental was 3 times that. So, bad plan. We could have made more by just not producing the straw. But these rocks are going to break our equipment, and so it's going to increase our maintenance costs, so we'll deal with them now. And if we do end up, I can power harrow, I could cultivate, and if we end up cultivating the ground, we're going to make small rocks, and I'll just roll them in. Because at that point, get them out the way, let me get on with the farming bit, not trying to make money from rocks. Although rock picking, it does go quick. We're keeping up 15 mile an hour. 15 kilometre an hour speed on this. Oh, what's that translated? Ugh. I don't know. It's the problem. I live in America. I work in miles. And with. And before that, I lived in England. We work in miles. Everything else is metric, except pints. Miles and pints of beer. Okay. I'll drive this back to the farm. Looks like we're still ripping up cotton. So not a big fuss there. And I'm going to pull on the pad over here. I'll just drop the rocks on. Actually, I think we'll drop the rocks on the ground here, because then it's easier to shovel into the tipper. Dump. So Control I to ground dump as usual. We have a pile of rocks. Yay. I think this tractor's only capable of 15 miles an hour, but I can't remember the kilometre to mile translation. 5 to 30. So 5 through 5 is 50. Yeah, it's about 15 miles an hour, this tractor. So it's not particularly fast, but we kind of don't need fast. And it looks like I want to drive down. No. I think that's the top end we go to. I don't know. Where did we get up to? It looks like there's a pile of rocks there. So maybe I want to drive down here. Oh, the tyre tracks are disappearing. Would help if we lowered the rock picker as we did this. So yeah, 15 miles an hour is divide by 5, multiply by 3. So 3.9. It's about 9-10 miles an hour this thing's running. And yeah, there's. So this is the line we had when we came down, so that's fine. So we collected everything on there. Oh no, we haven't. Hello, rocks. Obviously not paying attention, but even then. 19 litres. Oh yeah, those rocks are probably from when the rock picker stopped picking up rocks, but we were still driving in a straight line because I hadn't realised it. So yeah, 2,000 of rocks so far, that's about €300 of income. Don't think it's going to cover this. How's our other tractor doing? Probably can't see. Oops. Cruise control. Let's go. Hear the driver shift, or the gearbox shifting automatically for this. It's kind of cool. I don't have a shifter, which is one of the reasons why I'm not running entirely in manual. I'm just driving selectable reverse and forwards, just so that vehicle controls are easier with a steering wheel. I mean, if you're running keyboard, it probably doesn't matter. If you're running game controller, it probably doesn't matter. But really, if you do a lot of driving anyway, and you've gotten used to having an accelerator and a brake on your vehicle, being able to select forward and reverse is just so much easier. Driving with a wheel rather than the joystick or the keyboard is so much easier. So that's one of the in-game features that for 19 and 17 you had to rely on mods to get done. Obviously, used equipment is not quite the same as Farm Sim's 19 mod. I haven't seen any examples of vehicle sales where you get sort of this manufacturer's equipment is discounted, or this piece of equipment is discounted for a while. And they usually ran 5, 10, 15% discount. That was a mod in 19, it was in the base game from 17. A couple of other things I've noticed, and I mentioned there was one yesterday in the stream, and I couldn't remember what it was, and then I figured out what it was last night, and now I can't remember, and maybe I should keep notes. But it's the sort of things that you know are available in a mod, you play with it in the mod, so you completely ignore it because I play with that mod all the time. And then now it's in the base game. But I play with it all the time, so I never really noticed, and it's sort of, yeah, it's now available in the base game, and I'm grateful that it's there, and you didn't tell me it was going to be there, but yay, that's good. And it's a really minor thing, but like I said, can't remember what it is. Anyway, our axion's finished. So what I might do here is stick this on the worker, send the cultivator back, or the subsoiler back, and oh, go stop, drop, and so let's, whoops. The problem with setting a stone crusher or stone picker off on a worker is the worker also can't tell where you've been. So at the end of the field, he might turn the wrong way, which is a little bit annoying. Anyway, let's go back to the store, and we'll go and get ourselves a plow so I can just set a worker off ploughing that field. It's just going to be so much easier. Ton of rocks on that field too. Oh, $800 in wages almost for the last hour. Oh, hello tractor. Great thing about French cars, they're really streamlined. Oh, I probably couldn't do that again if I tried. Anyway, here we are, back at the store. You don't have to drop leased equipment here, because we just go here, we go to the key, we click on that, and we return it. Actually, yeah, we'll just return it. And then I want a plow, or a spader. It's 4.5. That's wider. You know what? That's probably good. It's 200 horsepower. Our tractor just about has the capabilities. We got a W900 weight on the front, so that's fine. So let's details, lease, 3,000. That's a lot more expensive than the subsoiler was, but then its price is a lot higher than the subsoiler. But in theory, we should be able to set this off on a worker. And come on, attach already. There we go. Oh, wow. Come on. We might have some problems with this, because I am barely moving this thing on the road. I may have made a big mistake. Yes, I need to put my beacons on. I think maybe what I can do, oh, to heck with that, let's, we haven't saved in a while. Oh, that's a big field. This could be a problem, but not the 1300 DT, that one there. Arian. Let's create a job. Field work, target position. We will start there and go that way. Start. Oh! Wow, if you lift it off the ground, it goes faster. I was worried. Okay. You're still doing your awesome rock picking stuff, but I'm going to send you home and... I'm going to do my own. Okay, yeah. The worker fixed that for me. But yeah, that's going to be crawling through that field at very slow miles an hour. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. It's an expensive mistake. I may just be... going to jump over to the class again. So you don't like that, and if I turn the engine on, lower it down, oh, it does have a turn on, and start driving, that is leaving exactly the same conditions, so we definitely need a plow. Okay. Oh, man. No. P key, spaders, return, yes. Okay, back. Plus Arian, escape, set destination, there, go, bye. Okay, so Spader leaves the same condition as a cultivator, and therefore you can't spade ground that has already been cultivated with a worker. That's the annoying thing, at least with something like, yeah, at least with, and I think it's to do with the texture. I'm fairly certain we're going to try it with a plow, and I think the plow will work. We'll be able to set a plow loose on that field, and because the plow leaves the plowed texture, the worker looks at the field and said, this field doesn't have a plowed texture, I can work this. At least that's kind of what I'm hoping. And he's already at the store. So let's set that off on a worker, go to the store and lease a plow. Again, this could be expensive. That's a 1.2 meter, that's a 2.5, 160, 220. That's probably going to be a struggle. I could try it. We're 15 horsepower short. It's a meter wider. Let's not strain our equipment. What do you want? 900 weight, that's fine. So details, lease, and this is probably going to be, yeah, we're back to reasonable money. Let's start the engine, turn the blinky lights off the top, and we'll go hitch up to that, and at least with a plow I'll be able to see the texture even if the worker can't figure it out for me. But we will try and get the worker to go work. That's active workers. All right. So create job, field work, destination. There. That way. Start. And he puts it into transport position, and he is off. Back to field picking dude. Yeah. And I'll let this guy finish, and then we'll drive it over to our rock pile in the yard and tip it, and then I can start rock picking our prospective olive field. As I say, I cannot believe you can stop. Hello, stop. I can't believe that there was no oil producing facility on this map. There's the Aryan, and I'm gonna go over and check him. Oops. Lower the plow. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Yes, we are getting plow textures. So at least I can now see where I've been. We've already fixed the plow needs to be ploughed on this bit. Can I press that? Yeah. Worker is not happy with that. So I guess we will get this boy. Where's my phone? Over there. Okay. So I'll dump the rocks out of this and I can set this guy off on the other field, whatever it is, 38, and have him pick rocks while we get to ploughing. 44 Magnum, hi, welcome to Surprise Friday stream and Farm Sim 22, which is not quite so much of a surprise, I guess. Thanksgiving was relatively okay. I mean, the problem is Mrs. Osa's just got out of the hospital a couple of weeks ago, and so she is incredibly weak. So Thanksgiving was what some nice ladies at the church cooked us, which is good, and approximately what we'd have had anyway, so okay with that. Oh, I have to be careful of the Landini because that's going to be in the way eventually, but not right away. Okay, let's drop the arms on this and set this guy running. So this field, it really doesn't matter if we run north, south or east, west. It looks pretty much the same for both of them. Let's set that one for a worker. Now if you position a rock picker at the edge of the field, the worker will automatically go that way. If you start in the middle, he will pick a direction at random when he gets to the end of the field. And so if you're doing part of the job and then letting, you're doing it with a worker, then you're doing it manually, then you're doing it with the worker could randomly change directions and just do it, do what you've already done. Anyway, let's get this one ploughed so that I can see it. And this, I mean, we kind of spent a little bit more money than I would have liked, but we now know that a worker will not plough a cultivated field either. It's a real pain in the butt when your field starts off as already cultivated and needs to be ploughed. That's just annoying. Does this not flip? Guess it doesn't. Oh, I honestly don't know if it is, because that's not something I can try because I only have the one. And our daughter's PC doesn't have any graphics cards, which is why it runs so horribly slow. Okay, so put the help text on briefly. This plow does... I would have thought this plow flips. Oh, rotate plow. It does rotate. Okay. And it's not rotating for me. So let us press the space bar B. It still doesn't rotate. What's the deal? X is fold. Unfold. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, this plow is supposed to rotate, and it doesn't. So that's a pain. Yeah, no, that was right. Let's do that. And drive. But yeah, being able to see the plowed texture is a lot easier than trying to cultivate a field that's just been cultivated, just to eliminate the plowed, needs to be plowed condition. I mean, what I could have done was waited, planted a crop next year when it's harvested. We could then plow the field and get rid of that condition. But it means I need to rent a plow next year. Oh right, yeah, that's an option. So that's really weird that this plow doesn't flip. It's probably worth a bug report. But I've already submitted 3